and immediately. At home, it's been another bad day for the pound, and the strikes at Chrysler's and Dunlop's continue. And that's the news for now. News Extra is on BBC2 at 10:20. From Richard Whitmore and me, good night.
Now here's the weather. Except in northern Scotland, where it'll be quite wet, most places will have some bright or sunny intervals tomorrow. But there will be showers around, and in northern areas, as well as in the extreme southeast, some longer outbreaks of rain are also likely. It'll be rather cold again everywhere.
On BBC1 tomorrow, Julian Pettifer asks, what use is wildlife in Tuesday's documentary?
Twice in the past year, moles have reduced this lawn to a wasteland with their heaps of spoil, and I must confess that I've used everything from a pitchfork to gas bombs to try rather unsuccessfully to get rid of them. And why not? After all, what use is a mole? Would it really matter that if tomorrow the species disappeared altogether, or even preferably today? Well, if you put that point to a naturalist, he'll say that there are actually 4 pillars of conservation, 4 main reasons why you should not destroy an entire species. Those reasons are 1, ethical, 2, economic, 3, scientific, and 4, aesthetic. Well, I'm going to look at those 4 reasons to see if they really stand up, to see if there really is practically a use for wildlife.
What use is wildlife? Tomorrow at 9:25.
On BBC1 Now, Kojak.
Watching BBC1.
This is the 9 o'clock news. Good evening. After the seizure by the Cambodians of an American ship, the United States is preparing to send Marines to Thailand, although the Thai government says it won't permit military action. Meanwhile, Britain has recognized the new government in Saigon. At home, as the pound continues to fall, a CBI survey forecasts a deep recession. And the Britain in Europe campaign say things would be even worse if we left the EEC. The price of sugar may come down by 20% in the next 6 months. Some Chrysler wives are trying to get the strikers back to work.
The United States has reacted swiftly to the shelling and capture yesterday of the American merchant ship Mayaguez by Cambodian gunboats. Backing up diplomatic moves, it's reported to be planning to fly 1,000 Marines to Thailand, which borders on Cambodia. A naval force is also on its way to the area.
At home, the pound has continued to fall, and a CBI survey has forecast a deep recession. The price of sugar may come down by 20% in the next 6 months. News Extra is on BBC2 tonight at 11:05. From Peter Woods and me, good night.
And now the weather. Except in northern Scotland, where it'll be cloudy all day, most places will start bright and sunny, although cloud and showers will develop later. It'll be on the cold side again, with afternoon temperatures ranging between 8 degrees centigrade, 46 Fahrenheit in northern Scotland, and 14 centigrade, 57 Fahrenheit over much of England and Wales.
I don't see how a vote from us can be any good at all, really, because there's a lot of people like me that have no idea what it's all about. And if MPs can't sort it out, God help us, that's what I say.
Whether God does help us or not, Midweek is ready to do so at 10:45 in the first of 3 midweek specials on the common market argument. First, we look at the industrial arguments, in particular from the point of view of people in the textile industry. Is membership of the common market helpful to British industry or not? Tomorrow night, our question is how the common market works for the outlying areas of the European community, and we look at the impact on Scotland of 2.5 years of UK membership. On Thursday night, the so-called sovereignty issue. By joining the common market, have we given up power over our own affairs, or have we gained the opportunity of greater influence in the world we live in? Join us for Midweek at the Market, starting tonight at 10:45.
Now on BBC1, Julian Pettifer asks, what use is wildlife?
Now on BBC1, Barbara Edwards with some details of the weather forecast. Good evening. Well, it's been a rather cold day in most parts of the country today, but in the south, at any rate tomorrow, the temperature should be a little higher than today's. But for tonight's weather, a mostly dry night. There has been a rather persistent area of rain today in the northeast here, but this should gradually die out as the night goes on. Then for tomorrow, well, in the northeast of the country, here it will continue rather cold and cloudy through tomorrow with a few showers. But I think most other parts of the country, though, will see some sunshine. There'll be some showers developing again, mostly in central and eastern areas of England, but I don't think showers tomorrow will be anywhere near as frequent or as heavy as they've been today. Later on in the day, in the southwest corner of the country, it will become more cloudy, and there's a possibility of some rain reaching here during the afternoon. Now looking at the Atlantic chart, and the system that's going to affect our weather over the next few days is a depression down here to the southwest. This will tend to edge a little farther north and spread outbreaks of rain to many parts of the country. Well, that's all from me for now. I wish you a very good night.
This is BBC1 North. Good evening once again. Now, here are some of the day's headlines here in the north. These police are searching for a man who attempted to rob a sub-post office in the Wortley district of the city. He fled empty-handed when the sub-postmaster telephoned for the police. In Hull, 2 children were rescued by neighbours from their blazing home in the city centre, and firemen helped their parents to safety through an upstairs window. Police in Lincolnshire are investigating a fire